There are roughly 30,000 illegal migrants in hotels around the country. As we know, the vast majority are young males. These men are not desperate asylum seekers. They are not irregular migrants. They are illegal migrants, and they should be treated as such. Spreading them across the country into unsuspecting communities is pure insanity. Ask yourselves honestly, if a hotel at the bottom of your road was suddenly filled overnight with young foreign males who have entered the country almost entirely unchecked, would you be happy for your teenage daughter to go out after dark? This is not racist, far right, or whatever else. It's a reality, one we must start to deal with. I will give way.
There are currently 30,000 illegal migrants living in hotels across the UK, costing millions of pounds and sparking growing concerns. With the majority being young men, this crisis has left communities feeling unsafe and questioning the government's policies. Are these migrants truly in need of asylum, or is the system being exploited? It's time to uncover the truth and demand action. Illegal migration is one of the most serious challenges facing the UK today. The government's decision to house 30,000 migrants in luxury hotels has raised eyebrows and angered the public. These migrants, predominantly young males, are not always the desperate asylum seekers they claim to be. Instead, they are entering the country illegally, unchecked, and causing uncertainty in local communities. The question arises, how long can this continue? British citizens are demanding answers, and the time for excuses has run out.
Thank the honourable member for giving way. Does he agree with me that women across the country face very difficult situations working home at night, and often the tone of debate is incredibly important to maintain our safety in all situations?
I thank the honourable member for the question. I don't think the tone of the debate is in any way relevant to this. What's relevant to this is what the government does to protect the interests of the British people. Send the following message and the boats will stop. If you come to the UK illegally, you won't be met with luxury accommodation. What will the British government do to you? 2 words: detain, deport. This is the only way. Thank you.
First, who are these migrants? These migrants are not regular asylum seekers fleeing war or persecution. Instead, many are exploiting loopholes in the system to gain entry. They arrive on small boats, often without proper identification, and are placed into taxpayer-funded accommodations. Their unchecked entry raises concerns about who they are and what their intentions might be. Second, impact on local communities. The sudden placement of hundreds of young foreign men into unsuspecting neighborhoods has left communities uneasy. Families worry about safety, especially for women and children. Many residents feel abandoned by the government, which seems more focused on accommodating migrants than addressing the concerns of its own people. Third, financial burden on taxpayers. Housing migrants in hotels is not cheap. The cost runs into millions of pounds, all of which comes from taxpayers. Meanwhile, British families are struggling with rising living costs, making this expense even harder to justify. How can the government prioritize migrants over its own citizens? Fourth, propose solutions. The solution is clear. The government must adopt a stricter detain and deport policy. By sending a strong message that illegal entry will not be tolerated, the UK can deter future crossings. Other countries have successfully implemented similar measures, and it's time for Britain to do the same. Fifth, a security risk. Unchecked migration poses a serious threat to national security. There have been cases of migrants with criminal records and suspicious links entering the country. Without proper vetting, the government is putting its citizens at risk. Imagine waking up to find a hotel near your home suddenly filled with young men who entered the UK illegally. Would you feel safe letting your daughter walk home alone at night? This is not fear-mongering. It's the reality many communities face today. The government must act now to protect its citizens by detaining and deporting illegal migrants. The UK cannot allow illegal migration to continue unchecked. Protecting borders and prioritizing the safety of its citizens must come first. By enforcing stricter immigration policies, the government can send a clear message that illegal entry will not be rewarded. If you believe in protecting the UK's borders and ensuring safety for all, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Let's stand together for a secure and fair future for Britain.